So I got to my appointment insanely early, so right now I'm sitting in my car, but I won't be here for long because it is 115 degrees outside and my air conditioner is not working in my car. Well, it's working, but it's spitting out hot air, so I'm assuming I just need to get some Freon or something like that. But I'm very excited for my 6-month follow-up today. When I got on my scale this morning, actually I already forgot, 205.8 or 205.6. I don't really remember the exact number, but I'm down about 15 pounds since my last appointment. So my last appointment was my 3-month follow-up. I think I was like 221 something. So now I'm 205. I am very happy with that. And yeah, I'm sure that they're going to be pleased. Since I'm early, I might take you guys in the building with me, and I'm going to show you some of the scenery outside here. Okay, so that is the hospital there where I had my surgery at Banner Gateway Medical Center. I'm in Gilbert, Arizona. And then, whoops, this is my clinic that I'm about to walk into. So the clinic is in the parking lot of the hospital, and so this is where I have been coming every month for all of my appointments. So I have a ritual of stopping in this bathroom. I don't know why I'm showing you this because it's a bathroom. I stop in this bathroom before every weigh-in, and so this is what I'm wearing today, and it doesn't really match, it doesn't go together, but I always wear my lightest top and my lightest pair of pants for my weigh-in. So this is a skirt. I don't know if you can see it, but this is a skirt. It's very light, and this t-shirt is very, very light. And so, yeah. This is what I'm wearing. I'm very excited. Okay, appointment is over, and they were so pleased and so happy that they're almost making me reconsider having a time-based weight goal, man. They were so happy. They said that I've lost 52% of my excess weight, and the goal was 50, so of course I did more than the goal. And now, of course, the idea technically is for me to get to goal by 1 year. Although he didn't actually say that. I did ask him where they expect me to be for a year, and he didn't answer that. And he said, "What are you thinking?" And I said, "Well, I don't have a goal for the year." And I said, "But my overall goal might be around 165, I don't know." And so he said, right, he's like, "For you, we just want to see you below 170, but he didn't really say at the year. And so it's like I'm almost tempted to like go beast mode or something and try to get to 170 by my 1-year appointment. Well, I'm not going to do that. But it is, I don't know, it is exciting for everyone to be so happy. But I will give you all the details in just a second. Hi guys, I am back with my week 24 update. So I had to do a 6-month supervised diet, and I started that in May of 2016. At the start of that diet, I was 286.8. Then on January 4th of 2017, I had my vertical sleeve gastrectomy at Banner Gateway Medical Center with Dr. Albert Chin. On the day of surgery, I was 251.8 pounds. Today, I was exactly 204 pounds, which is a 4-pound loss from last week, which is amazing. I don't know why. I did not do anything. That is a 47.8-pound loss since I've had surgery, and 82.8-pound loss overall. So I am very, very happy with those numbers and very surprised. I mean, I dropped 1.8 pounds overnight. And so that's how and then all of a sudden I was up at a 4-pound loss for the week. So I am happy with that. Okay, so let's see. Got several things to talk about. So one thing that might excite you guys, now that I am very, very close to Wonderland, I've started thinking about what I'm going to be doing for my Wonderland video, and I have some things planned, so I think that you're really going to enjoy that. So you'll have to wait and see what that is. The other thing is that it is time for me to add another charm to my Pandora bracelet. If you don't know about my Pandora bracelet, I think there are several videos where I have it in the description where I mention charm or Pandora or something. Basically I add one charm to my bracelet to celebrate and commemorate leaving behind, saying goodbye to the previous decade of weight. So right now I am celebrating saying goodbye to the double digits, to the teens, 200 and something, 211, I'm saying goodbye to those. And I always like to make sure that I'm several pounds into the next decade, just in case there's some type of a little bit of a weight gain. My mouth is dry. I just like to make sure that I'm really in there before I celebrate it. So at 204, I feel very safe. And for right now, I am shopping in my closet for these charms, but after this I only have one more charm left, and that will be my charm that celebrates Wonderland. And after that I will be going shopping in the actual Pandora charm for my next charms. So anyway, yeah, get this turned around. These things always flip around on you. So my next charm, I think it's focusing, is my star here. Yeah. And you know what? I'm just going to me this represents the fact that I'm a superstar. Yeah. I'm proud of how far I have come. I am proud of all the work that I have done. And I'm not sure that I would have said that a couple of days ago. Of course I am proud of it, but I don't walk around thinking that I'm proud of it. But I think that I'm still on a high from my office visit that I had yesterday. So yesterday I had my 6-month follow-up at my bariatric clinic. Now it's actually kind of early because my 6-month surgiversary is still a couple of weeks away on July 4th. So, but this was the best time for me to be able to get into the office, so, whatever. It doesn't matter because I still met their goal, so that is what is most important. So number one, they were very, very happy that I've lost 17 pounds since my previous appointment. So my previous appointment was my 3-month follow-up, and this was actually a little less than 3 more months, and I've lost 17 pounds. And they've always said all along that they want me to lose 5 to 7 pounds a month. So yeah, I'm right there, so that's perfect. The other thing is that they want all of their patients to at least be 50% of the way to goal at their 6-month follow-up. Well, according to their calculations, I am 52% of the way to goal. So they were all pleased and happy, and they made me feel really, really good. And so on that note, I do want to mention, I want to thank several of you who commented on my previous video when I was saying that I was hoping that I didn't get this particular PA, and you had suggested that I just, make sure that I'm not scheduled to see him. And I think that I responded to this in the comments, but just in case several others of you were wondering the same thing, the way that this office does the appointments is that I'm always scheduled to see my surgeon. Well, that is okay, how do I say this? Okay. When I schedule my appointments, I have them schedule me to see my surgeon because I make sure my appointments are during the time that he is in the office. Now, I could have my appointments at some other time, and I would see whoever was available. But I purposely have them schedule my appointments during the time that my surgeon is there in the office with office hours. And so that is why, actually, most of the time, I do get to see my surgeon. However, I've noticed that they schedule some appointments are exactly at the same time when I sign in on the sign-in sheet. I'm like surprised because I'm like, well, wait a minute, why is that other person scheduled to see my surgeon at the exact same time? So they schedule the appointments on top of each other. And then basically, whoever is available at the time that you are there, that is who you see. So the surgeon is always there going to the rooms, and various PAs are there, and then the dietitians are there, because at every appointment you always see a surgeon or a PA, and then you always see the dietitian. And so the order that you see them and who you see just depends on how the stars align that day, on who walks into your room. Maybe if one patient talks to the surgeon too long and he was going to come into my room, but he gets held up, then someone else comes into my room and sees me. So that's a long-winded explanation, but I guess I could have a note in my chart that says, under no circumstances do I want to have that particular PA, but, I really don't want to do that. I mean, it would be different if they were scheduling me with him, and then I could just say, don't schedule me with him, but it's really chance, and so I think that the only way that I guarantee not to see him would be for there to be a note in my chart, and I don't want to do that at all. And guess what? I didn't have to see him at this appointment anyway. I saw a different surgeon. I saw the surgeon that actually assisted my surgeon during my surgery. And I met him while I was in the hospital, and he actually was the surgeon that ended up discharging me from the hospital. So this is the first time I had seen him since then. He was very, very, very pleased with my weight loss. My vitamin labs were all perfect. So when I had my labs done 3 months ago, everything was perfect at my doctor's office. Everything. I mean, nothing was too high, nothing was too low. And so these labs, I thought they were going to redo do the same thing, like do my cholesterol again and do my thyroid again and all of those. They didn't. So at my 3-month appointment with my regular doctor, she did, everything that can be tested, my iron, my cholesterol, my blood sugar, like all those things. And then the only thing that my clinic did for my 6-month appointment is that they added on even more vitamins. So like my vitamin D was tested again, and my B12 was tested again, and my magnesium was tested again. But then they added in some other things that hadn't been tested. But anyway, every single thing was normal. Perfectly normal, pretty much like right in the center were my values. So, perfect. So he told me to just continue doing what I'm doing, continue taking my vitamins the way that I'm taking them. He did say that I can stop taking my Actigol. That's what I take to protect my gallbladder, since I still have a gallbladder. So I still have some left, maybe a few weeks worth, so I will finish that up first, just to be safe, and then I will stop taking the Actigol. Now, they do want us to stay on our acid reducer for a whole year. I'm taking omeprazole. Now, I did admit to him, they want us to take it twice a day. And probably for about the past 3 months, I've only been taking it once a day. And I haven't had any issues, so I didn't think that it's any big deal. Why not just take it once a day? But he said they really want you to take it twice a day. And I was asking, I asked him why. And he didn't have a good answer for me, except for the fact that he feels like they feel like they have better results that way. And he's like, did you have GERD before surgery? And I said, no, I never had it. I never even had heartburn. I mean, really. Like, I never used Tums or Rolaids or any of that stuff. And so even though I said that, he's like, yeah, we still want you to take it for a whole year, and we want you to take it twice a day. That, I haven't decided if I'm going to do that or not. I'm going to continue taking it for a year, but I don't know if I'm going to take it twice a day or not. I'm going to do some more research on my own for that one. But anyway, he was so happy. And then he was like, okay. And so they always ask you, when you come in, you fill out this questionnaire about, they always want to know, they never want to know your calories. They never talk about calories, but they're always talking about ounces of protein and cups of vegetables, because they want you to weigh your vegetables using a measuring cup, and then they want you to weigh your protein using a scale. So every time you come in, they're always asking you, how many ounces of protein do you have at each meal? How many cups of fruit? How many servings of fruit do you have a day, and how much? And then how many servings of vegetables do you have at a sitting, and then how many? So they want you to have at least 2 servings of vegetables a day. You can have 1 serving of fruit a day, just once a day. And then they want you to have, at this point, they want me to have 3 to 4 ounces of protein at each meal, and they want me to have 1/4 to 1/2 of a cup of vegetables at each meal. And so he was asking me about that. He was asking me, how many carbs do I eat a day? And I said, I do 50 net carbs. Now they told me to do 50 carbs. They never said net carbs, but I always tell them that's what I'm doing is net carbs. And they always say that that's okay. And so he was really stressing. He was like, now this next 6 months is the time when some people stall, some people start regaining, all types of things happen in this next 6 months, mostly because people stop following the plan and they start increasing their carbs. And he's like, I'm not saying that you have to stay at 50 grams of carbs forever, but you really need to stay there at least for a year and possibly 2 years before you think about increasing your carbs, if you want to maintain your weight and lose your weight. And I agree, he's probably right. I really always do better on low carbs, and I think 50 grams of carbs is very good for me. And so, like I said, he was very happy. The nurse that took me into the room originally and did my blood pressure. My blood pressure was 119/84. And when I started all of this, I had high blood pressure. And I'm off of my blood pressure medication, not because my numbers were low. Actually, when I first stopped taking my blood pressure medication, my numbers were still slightly elevated, but I was having these dizzy spells, and so that's why, talking to the cardiologist, we decided it was okay for me to stop taking it. So I'm very glad that my blood pressure is now very good off of that blood pressure medication. So then the other little nice thing was that then my surgeon actually stepped in for a moment to see me. He really wanted to congratulate me for my weight loss. He said that I looked really great, that he was very, proud, kind of like he said he was proud of me. He's like, I definitely think that you can get off 35 to 40 more pounds. Maybe if you start going to the gym, walking on an incline on the treadmill, doing some things like that, I really think that you can get off those next 35 to 40 pounds. And, they made me so excited that I was thinking, man, I want to get this type of attention next time for my 1-year appointment. And it started making me think of making a time-based goal, which I said that I'm not going to do. And I still think that I'm not going to do it, but it is so tempting. It's very tempting to say that I want to be like 169 I think my follow-up appointment is January 8th, I think it is. So it's very tempting to say, hey, I want to be 169 by January 8th of 2018. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that to myself, but, I guess I secretly hope that I'm 169 by then. What else? Oh, my body fat. So when we go into the office, they give you this little printout that has your body fat and all of this stuff. So when I started this whole process, my body fat was 55%, and now I am down to 41.8%. How long have I been talking? Oh shoot, I've been talking too long. Might as well keep talking now. What happens is if my video is more than 15 minutes long, I can't upload it, and so I end up having to chop it in half, which is very annoying, to chop it in half and then trying to piece it back together again. So that's what I'm going to have to do. I wanted this to be short. I'm just going to stop talking. I still need to do a question and answer video. I still have one, maybe two, I hope not three, of those to do so I can finish that up. So I am going to be doing that right when I finish this. The other thing that I wanted to quickly mention, if you noticed my necklace, my necklaces are becoming too long because my neck is slimming down so much. And so it's like, okay, so not only is my ring size shrinking and I'm going to have to resize my rings, but my necklaces are too long and I'm going to have to buy necklaces that are shorter. I get those are good problems to have, but yeah, I just wanted to mention that. Okay guys, thank you for watching, and stay tuned for my question and answer video that I should be releasing sometime later on today. Bye.